My name is Warenda King, and I'm young and great. My name is Warenda. I am a mother. I am the owner of Geechee Girl Vintage Boutique. I am a fashion stylist, personal shopper, as well as an event coordinator. I do several events throughout the year in several states, such as Georgia, of course, Savannah, Georgia, my hometown. Jacksonville, Florida, and Charlotte, North Carolina. When I do my a pop-up tour where I have different vendors, different entrepreneur, business women, they come and showcase their products. But for the most part, I'm at the store. I developed my passion for styling at a very young age. In school, I was always best dressed. I was always extremely creative and different. The whole fashion sense would definitely come from my mother because like she was so fly, and I think that's why I'm more attracted to vintage clothing because of the type of clothes I remember seeing her in, like those bright, vibrant sequence colors and those nice materials such as the lace and the silk and the leather. So I mean, I've always loved fashion. I always knew that I wanted my own business because actually in high school, I was supposed to go off to a university to study fashion, but I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So at the very young age of 19, I opened a restaurant. Yes, me and my mother ran a restaurant. It was named Caleb's after my son because I was a mother at 20. But we opened a restaurant age 19. I ran that for about 5 years. So in my mind, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and then just being the type of person that I am, not wanting to box myself in, I went back to school, and then that's when I pursued both degrees. So always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I've always been an entrepreneur. At home, I used to print model. I used to promote shows. And so Mary Kay, life insurance, like a little bit of everything. So that I think I was literally born that way. That's all I know. That's all I've always seen. My mom, she is definitely the epitome of a hustler. She's the type of person that would have card games and would sell dinners. I mean, pretty much everything, because I've never wanted for anything. Her being a single mother, I mean, she really did an awesome job. Being around entrepreneurs, growing up around entrepreneurs, it made a huge impact on my life. Because I would see definitely my mom and my aunts, they were definitely accustomed to a certain lifestyle. My grandfather was an entrepreneur. He had a construction business like back in the 1950s where he employed hundreds of people. So, seeing that in my family, it definitely impacted my life. And then my mother, she always had this saying that a rat only has one hole to crawl in. Meaning, I would say 90% of people, when things get tough, they pretty much revert back to the only thing they know. Like if you only have a degree in college, you're kind of boxed in. So I never wanted to be boxed in. I've never been scared to try different things, to invest in different businesses because I didn't want to be that person that only had one hole to crawl in. I am able to stand out with Geechee Girl Vintage because it's not the basic per se boutique. If you notice, most boutiques, they have the same type of clothing. When I was coming up, boutiques are where you went when you wanted to get something different, unique. Geechee Girl Vintage has one-of-a-kind vintage pieces. I kind of show my clients how to take a statement piece and pair it with something modern. Like most of my shirts you can wear with a pair of jeans or a distressed short, pair of shorts. So, and as well as my customer base, it's really broad. I have customers from all different backgrounds, all different sizes. It's not boxed into the typical spandex bodysuit. per se. Like, you know, it really doesn't matter like what your age is, what your race is. You would definitely be attracted to Geechee Girl Vintage because there's something there for you. The challenges of opening a boutique, there's quite a few. The challenges are, I don't really worry about competition because I feel like I'm different. So that's not one of my challenges. I guess the challenge would be different because everything is the same. You know, a lot of people say they want different, but most people are cookie cutter. So I help bring out that difference in them to help them, you know, be unique. I have a storefront. A storefront is difficult in some senses because whether a customer comes in or not, my rent is due. So I have to figure out, of course, different streams of income to keep things afloat. In addition to that, you have to, you know, whether I have customers or not, I have to still promote my business. I have to still invest in it. I still have to buy new products. I still have to, you know, create new material, whether it's a photo shoot, so that I can showcase the product. Nothing in business is easy. So what I would say to entrepreneurs in general, if you're looking for easy, like you may want to just find you a job and be the best at that, which is nothing is wrong with that. But that may be the best thing because nothing is going to be easy. It's going to be hard no matter what you do, whether it's a boutique, whether you're in the music industry. But what will set you aside from most boutiques or business owners is your drive, your ambition, and definitely your consistency. So whatever you start out doing, you got to keep that fire. It has to keep burning. You know, those days when you're feeling discouraged, because we all feel that way. You know, when customers aren't driving in, or, you know, you're not moving at the pace that you thought, just stay consistent and your time will definitely come. So, you know, it can be challenging, but if it's too challenging, it may not be for you because it comes with the territory. I always try to go and support other businesses because I feel like I have a unique quality. And I say that because I've been an entrepreneur since I was a teenager. So I understand how hard it is. Sometimes when you do an event or you do a pop-up shop and one person comes and supports your business, that may be that boost that you need to keep going. You may, you know, earlier that day was feeling down, thinking about, you know, quitting. And when you do that in an event and you see that one person come and support you, it's like, okay, now I know why I'm doing this. So I feel like it's important for entrepreneurs, definitely people of color, to support each other. That's the only way we're going to make it. And then as far as my brand and my business, I feel like it's important to stay relevant, because if you don't keep your brand out there, you don't keep interacting with different people, you don't show people your product, you don't talk about your product, they'll forget about it. And that's the only thing that is the competing factor with other entrepreneurs is definitely, you know, time. So you have to utilize your time wisely. Every chance you get to create a new layer on your business, whether that be promoted or network with another potential customer, entrepreneur, whatever, you should definitely take it. For entrepreneurs that are shy, for me, I've never been a shy person, but I had to pray to God to be more, to interact with people more, to be a little more sociable, because that was one of my challenges. If it's your dream to be an entrepreneur, and it really just depends on what you're doing. You know, some entrepreneurs are behind the scenes, so they don't interact with people as much. But in my line of work, I have to interact with people. I have to be more sociable. I have to be, you know, being talkative is really not a problem, but, you know, just definitely pray about it. Any challenges that you are having in business, take it to God. He'll help you figure it out. The most important advice I would give to other entrepreneurs is to invest in your business. Do not be afraid to give it your all, because if you're really passionate about it, you're going to go in and not leave so much retreat. You know, you're going to go in into a situation to where you can't backtrack on it. So whether it's promotional products, flyers, business cards, you need additional photo shoots, or you want to invest in a business marketing class, do not be afraid to invest in your business, because that's the only way you're going to be able to scale. What's the point of going in business if you want to stay at the same level? The whole goal is to take your business and your brand to the next level. So invest as much as you can in your business.